I got a good one, a good highlight. Shawn Taylor versus Punter, Pro Bowl.
Oh, my God.
This is a fun one. You want to see what happens when a normal human tries to run the ball in the NFL?
Oh, no.
It's pretty great. It's also the Pro Bowl where you're not supposed to kill people.
So you're not supposed to kill people in the Pro Bowl?
It's like a touch. Look at this normal human trying to run.
On the run, and he's going to come up short.
Oh, my God. Bro, that's like a car accident.
Look at them celebrating. They're like, yeah, fuck you.
Destroying the women's national team in soccer.
Bro.
That's crazy.
I got in such a battle over that. So I was doing a comedy festival when that happened in Atlanta. And I was in the green room, and I was already out of place. Like, I was sitting next to somebody that was describing the benefits of polyamory. And I was, like, drunk enough.
This is at a comedy club?
Yeah, no, a comedy festival. Before I knew you weren't allowed to be like, that's dumb. So he was like, polyamory. I was like, that's dumb. You know that's dumb, what you're saying? Like, that's fucking crazy what you're saying. And then while we're talking, this girl walks in. She's got her phone, and she's like, oh, the men's team lost again, but still get paid more than the women. And I was like, well, yeah,
more people watch it.
They're better at soccer. It's who's better at their job. They're better. And then that started an argument, and she's like, how do you know? And I was like, the slowest, worst guy on the men's team would literally be the greatest. What are you talking? Like, I was like, you understand this? She was like, no, you tell me. And then I was like, I'm sure they've scrimmaged at some point. I Googled it, and it was like they played the under-15 team and lost 8-0. And I was like, they did it. And she's like, you fucking.
She was mad at you for truth? What'd she call you?
Probably like probably just like a dickhead. And then probably when I got canceled, she was like, I knew that guy was a dickhead. I'll give it credit. I was probably being a dickhead.
What I have here was the Bible firmament from Wikipedia. So then there's like the bringing in the flat.
Yeah,
part.
so Earth is flat. So this is what they think it is. That's what they think it is.
But the Bible firmament makes sense. Again, if you're like, what the fuck is rain? Because that would rock me.
I mean, we have a real problem in that a lot of these religious texts, they're describing things that we now have science for.
Yeah.
There's a real problem with that.
Yeah.
Like everything, including procreation. Like we actually know what's happening now. We can fucking watch the sperm get into the egg. We know.
That would have been
nuts.
We
have photos of other planets.
Imagine not knowing what sex did.
Right.
You're like, I really want to do it. And then all of a sudden a kid comes out. Occasionally a kid comes out.
Right.
You'd be like, this is...
And how'd that happen? Well, if you go way, way, way back, they probably had...
I'm dumb.
They probably had no idea that it was
dogs
their kid.
do it. You're like, oh, that's how it's done.
Well, people always did it, just like the gorillas at the zoo always did it.
Of course, but I'm saying, like, you wouldn't be able to explain anything. Rain would be...
Oh, yeah.
You'd be like, there must be water up there.
Well, how about lightning? How about people dying from lightning? Like
getting fucking hit by lightning? You'd be like, oh, my
Magic
God.
is real. Imagine you're living 50,000 years ago and your friend gets killed by lightning in front of you. Like, magic is real. I was watching this dude get fucked up in a parking lot the other day. This guy was not in real life, on video. Oh. It was another Instagram thing that I keep getting sent. I think Segura might have sent me this one too. Some dude is walking in this parking lot and he just gets fucking nailed
by lightning.
Just the finger of the god. Just
Thor himself.
I mean, what is? It's just as scary as like a demon taking you.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just as scary.
If you don't survive, I'll take it. That's a good out.
Right.
Struck by lightning?
Yeah.
That's a good out.
It's a good way to go. If you don't survive.
If you survive, that blows. There's a guy who survived like 7.
Yeah. He's like the most electrocuted guy of all time. My friend Remy got nailed.
You know a guy that got struck by lightning?
Yeah, when he was a kid.
You weren't Catholic, were you?
Yeah, I was Catholic. Yeah, but I dodged the priests. Yeah.
I never had a priest really go for it, but I remember one time I was in confession, and it was right when we were all starting to whack off. So the priest, he like asked. I was in the middle of confession, and he was like, do you spill seed? He said, do you spill seed? And I thought it was like a biblical reference, like some type of proverb where like, you know? So I was like, yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I thought it was like a saying for sinning.
Right.
Like, I don't know, some story where the guy dropped seeds. And then I started to slowly realize that he was asking me about
Oh my God.
He wasn't. I don't know. That's a weird job. Being a priest, asking fucking 8th graders if they're off.
One day it's just me, and I'm fishing, and he comes by, and he's drunk.
Damn.
And he tells me he loves me, and I'm like super confused. I had been talking to this guy on and off. I had seen him, for months.
Yeah.
Like he'd come by, say hi.
Yeah.
It was always like casual, very good humored, very friendly, but he was like setting us up. And he comes by, and then I realize after he tells me he loves me, but there can be no love without sex. That's what he says. And I'm like, what? And I had a knife. So I remember I grabbed my knife in my pocket, and I had my hand on my knife, and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have to stab this guy.
Damn.
Yeah. I was like, this is going to, because there was no one around. There was no one around.
Wow.
It was just trees and
When you were 13,
forest.
you were like, I'm going to have to stab.
Oh, I was going to cut this guy.
I would have trusted the guy. I would have been like, yeah, you're right.
You're smarter than me.
I'll see you later. I don't know what.
It was dangerous.
We had a guy go for us.
Yeah.
There was a guy that used to linger. Hilarious, dude. He was mentally challenged, but he would always hang out around my high school, and he would go to all the basketball games. One day, we had a tape recorder for the national anthem to play at the beginning of games. They would just hold a mic next to a tape recorder. It broke, so the mentally handicapped guy stood up and started singing, and the whole fucking gym was like, they started listening. Everybody just listened to the guy sing the national anthem.
Oh my God. Did he get all the words right?
I don't remember. I doubt it. I doubt it, dude. I think he was freestyling a little.
And the rockets
But no, he would try to get you. He would go to games, but he was again, it wasn't that long ago. It was long enough that people were like, yeah, he's weird. That old thing where there's a town, but he's a weird guy.
Yeah.
So he would be like, you guys want to play football? And we were little kids at the high school football game playing touch football. And he was like, you guys want to come out to my car? I have Nerf balls. And we were all like, no, dude, stop trying to f us. We knew what he was doing. He was like, all right, see you guys.
Did he get away with it with anybody?
Probably.
If you get the mentally handicapped guy tricks you into getting into his car.
Nerf balls. I got Nerf balls out.
That's how he gets you?
And we were just fully
Nobody
dude,
would ever take your advice again.
No.
Like, bro.
You got by that fucking idiot.
That fucking guy got you.
You got by an idiot, dude. They would always catch a mentally handicapped guy. And there's always a part of me
Yeah.
come on.
Well,
Obviously, you got to get him. But
everyone was off on that show.
Yeah.
Do you think you could do that show today?
It's back on. Or he's doing it again.
Really?
Chris Hansen does it again. Yeah,
we might have talked about this before, but I love when they get fucking Indian dudes.
Why Indian dudes?
Because they're just they're from India. You know what I mean?
Oh, and
they're
in India, you're allowed to do
They're
that?
like, are you aware there's a 13-year-old girl? He's like, yeah. Get the fuck out of here. I'm trying to f this kid.
Really?
They get foreigners all the time that are just like, I didn't know.
That you
What are we
guys have
talking about?
laws?
Yeah.
Really? So
I feel
what
like
are the
that's
laws
pretty-
in India?
I don't want to besmirch India, but
Too late.
probably, I think if you're from rural India, you can fuck whoever's out there.
Really? Well, I mean, you think
Jamie.
in the
help,
United States, there's 1 billion people in India, but they don't have the same problem that China has. China has that weird problem where there's way more guys than there are girls. That's crazy.
Yeah.
They fucked up. The fact that they didn't see the math on that one-child policy.
I think they'd be pretty good at that. The math.
I would think. Isn't that a thing that they're kind of known
I don't
for?
know. I don't know anything about that.
I think that. It's like,
Yeah, right.
how the fuck did they not see where that was going to be a disaster in the future? There's a whole generation of guys that have no girls. There's what are you going to do? There's no girls.
They're going to get aggressive.
What the fuck are they going to do?
Damn.
Yeah, not good.
Whack off the cartoons.
Because even in this country where it's 50-50,
Yeah.
basically, do you know that 64% of men are single and only 34% of women are single?
Huh.
How? How's that? How does that even work?
Wait, 64% of men are single?
Yeah, see if we can find the numbers. But I
And
think
women-
it's men of a certain
Oh, you know what it
age.
is? That was just men fucking chicks that are like, we're not dating.
That's what I said.
And women are like, no, we're in a relationship. You know how it is.
I think it's a little of that.
We're a fucking girl, and she's like, what are we?
Yeah, right.
Like, what have you been telling people we are? What the fuck are you talking about? We're nothing. Can't I just use you, please? I know, he's giving speeches, and I'm like,
sounds
God
great.
Damn, that guy's got the juice again.
He's got the juice. He sounds great.
I want to see if DeSantis swings at him. That'll be interesting. If he fights back.
He calls him Meatball Ron. Yeah.
Ron.
He said that's crude. He's not going to say it, as well. I was just looking up.
Ron
he
said that
it once, but he's not going to say it.
Oh, that's how he talks shit. Yeah, he goes, I'm not going to say that. What'd you call him? Meatball Ron? I would never say that. It is so funny. He hit, who was it? One of them with pussy. It might have been Ted Cruz or Marco Rubio.
He called him pussy?
There was a lady in the crowd, and she goes, he's a pussy. And he goes, what'd you say? And she yelled it again. He was like, he could tell no one else heard it. And he goes, she called him a pussy. I would never say that.
He said that out loud? She called him a pussy?
Microphone.
Bro.
Yeah.
Some people, she just said a terrible thing. You know what she said? Shout it out, because I don't want to. Okay, you're not allowed to say, and I never expect to hear that from you again. She said, I never expect to hear that from you again. She said he's a pussy. That's terrible. Terrible.
Come on, man. He's got comic timing.
He's a pussy. That's terrible. I would never call him pussy.
He's a pussy. That's terrible. During a campaign rally in New Hampshire, Trump hit back, then rival Ted Cruz by quoting a woman in the audience who called the Texas senator a pussy. She just said a terrible thing. You do it. Do it.
She just said a terrible thing. You know what she said? Shout it out. Okay. You're not allowed to say it. I won't say it. She called him a pussy. The crowd went nuts, dude. Oh, yeah. He said, I never expect to hear that from you again.
That's terrible.
He like fake scolded her while smiling. You shouldn't say that. I take some vitamins.
Do you?
Yeah.
What are you taking?
Take vitamin B.
Yeah? Okay.
D.
Okay.
Pause. C.
Okay.
Take some zinc.
Oh, okay.
That's it. Those
What,
are the
you
four.
getting like a multivitamin?
Yeah, whatever the CVS things is.
Oh, okay.
Those yellow. You know what I'm talking about?
It's probably been on the shelf since the 70s.
I don't think they're doing anything. I heard zinc makes you come harder. I haven't noticed a big result.
When you have like Saturday shows and you're like, fuck, you went out Friday night and then
Yeah,
you
every
slept in the
single
hotel
Saturday.
and you
Every
didn't get
single
good
Saturday.
sleep because you're not
Yeah.
at home.
Yeah.
And then you have lunch and it's not very good for you, whatever you're
You go to
eating.
Denny's.
And then you're like, okay, it's 6, the show's at 8. I got to wake up.
I usually jack off and take a nap.
That'll
That
work.
does-
Does something.
I don't know if it helps. I literally wake up 20 minutes before the car's coming, and I'm like, oh, shit. You forget you're doing a show. Yeah.
If you had a cold plunge in your room, just plop in there. You're on the path to like making yourself a better person, Shane.
What the
Do
fuck?
you feel this? Do you feel this? You're on a spiritual journey.
No. yeah.
Inside joke.
Yeah. I am on a spiritual journey right now.
I did find some protein waffles. What are they called? Is it Viking waffles? See if you find that. I think there's a company called Viking Waffles. Look at that. And they're good. Tastes like a real waffle.
People love Vikings.
Who doesn't love Vikings?
Irish people.
The people that were out on the
People got
shore.
for 500 years. Everything about them's rumors. They're like, oh, they discovered America first. It's like, no.
I think they
fuck
did.
out, dude. You got to give Columbus his fucking due.
Columbus gets no due.
Everybody hates Columbus.
Bro, did you ever read that one?
Bro, he
One-
fucking did it, dude.
He didn't even. He landed in the
did it.
Bahamas.
Who cares?
Did you?
That's crazy. He did that.
Did you ever hear that one? There was one priest that traveled with Columbus that wrote those horrific stories of what they did to the Native Americans.
Fucking snitch. Fucking snitch, dude. Guys, you're not allowed to go wild. You cross the ocean, you're going wild.
Yeah, they chopped people's arms off. They didn't give them enough gold.
There's a dude who plays for the Bills. I was hanging out with a bunch of those guys. I did a show in Buffalo, and then we went out. And his name's Spencer Brown. He's a right tackle. I was on mushrooms. I went, did I tell you this?
No.
Dude, this was like the greatest night of my life. All right, hold on. This was the best night I've ever had. So I did a show in Buffalo. Then the next night, it was Sunday. On Sunday, we went to the game. Oh, I told you this. When Gabe Davis gave me his jersey, I looked like a Down syndrome guy. Like,
Yes.
But that night, we went out to fucking Dave & Buster's. I took a ton of mushrooms. Way more than I thought I took. I was fucked up. But then, so like all the cool black dudes on the team were like hanging out, being cool. And then it was just me and like a white O lineman, Spencer Brown, who's like 6'9". And I was just so high. I was like, dude, this is a Viking. This is an actual Viking.
Yeah.
Thank God we live today.
Thank
where
God.
I'm watching him play fucking video games and arcade games.
You got to give people
If
like
that
that
guy-
some kind of distraction.
If that guy got into a town, it'd just be over.
That's what it was, man.
It's over.
Shooting fucking 300 feet per second, razor sharp broadhead at the end of it, just passes right through their body. Next thing you know, they're spraying blood.
Yeah.
They die quick.
When's you just went there, right? Did you
In
just go
Scotland?
hunting?
Yeah. Yeah.
What'd you get?
I got an elk.
Yeah, a big fucker.
Big fucker.
That's
They're
fun.
big. Yeah. They're
You just
delicious.
killed it with a bow and arrow?
Yeah.
Did you scream?
I screamed.
I bet.
Yeah.
You're a Viking.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. Bow and arrow?
Yeah, bow and arrow.
I was went to a strip club in London, Ontario last week. And there was a lady, she was going wild, dude. She was a pit bull. She was like, they just bring people on stage and just everybody in Canada was putting money in their mouth at this strip club. Every single one of them would be. The first,
happened to COVID?
The first stripper that was with me was like, opened her mouth.
Ew.
And I was like,
what?
I don't want to put money. You don't want money in your mouth.
That's crazy.
Giving a stripper health advice. I'm like, you don't want to. I don't want to do that. Put it in your thing. But
Yeah.
dudes would put money in their mouth and lay on stage on their back, and the stripper would come and take it with her butt.
Well,
Pretty fun. But anyway, the point of the story.
Money in your mouth seems like very unsanitary.
Definitely.
For sure, right?
There's a guy like hang gliding, or he's parachuting down, and kangaroos just start chasing him. And they start attacking him. He's like, "Oh, get out of here,
God.
fucker!" It's so funny.
While he's paragliding?
He's just landing. Fucking get out of
We're
here.
gonna be a kind, compassionate society. We need to accept it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that automatically will associate homosexuality with some kind of perversion for whatever unfortunate reason.
Well, the reason is because it's guys fucking each other in the butt. So that throws some people off.
That throws people off a little bit. But that
That's
should
not
be
funny,
completely.
Jamie.
If you're a young guy now, you're a 30-year-old guy now, and there's another girl, and she's 30 also.
Yeah.
And you go to her Instagram, she goes, wow, she's really pretty. 284,000 followers.
I'm out. Yeah, it's over.
Oh, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. And then you look in the likes and the comments.
Yeah, it's
you know,
like
it's all
Drake.
fire and
God
hearts.
damn it. Drake liked it?
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's over.
It's all rappers in there and athletes.
Black people.
Fucking rock stars, everybody.
Yeah, there we
just
go.
slinging
Let's get
dick. Sometimes dividing into separate but connected bands with several leaders, including the famous former gladiator Spartacus. Holy shit, dude. Makes sense though. You got these dudes fighting
Yeah, you
with
train
swords,
them how to use swords.
and then they get out. They're gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, they're going to go wild.
Wow, that must have been crazy times, man. Crazy times.
Yes.
And back then, like, you had to like hear someone tell you what was going on over there.
Yeah, just
What's
bullshit.
going on over there?
Yeah. It's always wrong.
No photos.
Yeah.
No, you have to look at sketches. Like, this is what
Goes,
he
that
looked like.
motherfucker Spartacus got out?
He's out?
God damn, that's
What does he
a
look
problem.
like? You got a picture of him?
Think if like the NFL was like,
Right.
they're not allowed out.
Right.
And then you're like, God
Right.
damn,
And they
Christian
fight-
Comedy Zone. I was
How
like,
old are you?
trust me.
How old are you?
It's probably 24.
Oh, my God.
And then my friend owned a landscaping company. I had $0. I was not working at all. And he was like, come help us shovel. I was like, all right, nice. I got out. I was there for 10 minutes. Put the shovel down. I was like, bro, I'm going back home. I think I was like 4 beers in, and I was like, I'll just go to ask Grant when he was like selling his biography. I think he sold it to like just 2 guys on a train for like $10.
Really?
Then Mark Twain found out about it. It was like, no, you fucking loser. Yeah. Obviously, Grant was hitting the fucking Budweisers. He was hitting the stogies and fucking liquor.
He was drinking responsibly.
He was extremely responsible. That's one of his legends. I think he sold his biography on like a train for like $10 while he was responsible.
I love you. You're
I
awesome.
love you.
You're the man.
Shit rules.
Shane Gillis, watch his new special on Netflix, Beautiful Dogs. It's fucking amazing. All your shit, Gillian Keeves, available on Patreon, it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's on everywhere.
Yeah.
All right.
I hope I wasn't totally incoherent there.
No, it's been amazing. It's amazing.